Hi everyone! How are you doing today? What is happening in your life? Can you tell me something about that? No, I don't want to go into details. Maybe next time, maybe another time, but details on personal matters isn't so... it's not that good to expose to people that doesn't really care. I wanted to talk about coincidences. It's beyond me to talk about it, but I think in some way it's a beautiful gift when coincidences happen. Even it can be a hurtful experience. That happens. Sometimes it's just a blessing, pure, beautiful blessing. You have to open something up in order to receive. So I had this experience the other day, and it was just so beautiful. I went to town and sat down at McDonald's, and someone that never joined McDonald's, never in her life would go into a McDonald's, but a cup of coffee wouldn't harm, so she was there, and in some way I helped her out doing the order, because those busy people didn't capture her presence. And it was a good talk. When I have this walk to towns, the town I experience what this lady also was talking about, because she was biking all over England and other places, picking up here and there people, not picking them up per se, but talking with people, have a rest, maybe ask for the road ahead and where to stay or where to eat, and such incidences. You can be motivated to go for coincidences when you are out walking. It's whenever you are going out, you meet people in some way, and you never know who you will meet. You may meet even your parents, your children, your neighbor. Here in Kenya, we met in old days, first period. We met up with a guy from Norway. My parents knew him as some kind of a neighbor. He was in Kenya, and just randomly he appeared. Just randomly. That's quite something when something very random is happening. So that is life, as we were talking about. It's just about life. It was a little bit rainy, and to seek shelter in a cafe is good. It's where you meet people, and the more you open up on your behalf, the more you invite people in. It's just a matter of cause and effect. I should call this cause and effect, but we can't. The case for coincidences is that we can never predict anything that is going to happen. Coincidences, that is a good type, letter graphic. Coincidence is something that you never foresee and can never explain why and how and when, in time. I'm baffled about the issue of time because everything seems to be a compact happening, yet there is no time. The time is just now. The coincident, it's a momentarily happening that is continuous. And this lady remarked that, did you experience that time was just wafting away? It was like time never existed in that moment. Yeah, I could agree in that in a way, because it was exciting and fun, and we could cheer and talk and whatever. And just time evaporates easy when you are in this coincident happening. Many coincidences are meant to be. If you put your mind to it, it seems to be meant to be. Meant to be thing. Since it's you, and since you are experiencing it, and it's happening where you are in your situation, in your environment, you experience it as something genuine for you. That seems to be very intriguing, very interesting, that something out of the ordinary is happening. I had this remark when I passed by someone with dogs, and there a man sat, long hair. So I didn't connect the two, the man with the long hair and dogs with long hair. So I asked a question. This fur, is it hard to keep clean? Looking at this old guy with the it was very long hair, and I had to laugh at the same time I said it, because it was so kind of this coincidence that he sat there. I was commenting on the hair of the dog, the fur of the dog, and he sat there with both half-grown beard and long hair. Is it hard to keep that fur clean? And people were laughing and saw the occasion as a random happening. As I've been saying, some random happening while me talking with my daughter on the phone, but I had these earplugs, which is very convenient when I'm walking, and I wanted to meet up with my daughters in town. Sometimes that is happening, and it's just nice. So I was passing by on the road, two girls. It have to be girls, because grown up doesn't take those jokes easily. Or ladies, all elderly women do take it, because they can distance themselves from being humiliated, or they don't to say, they don't go into every detail of what I'm saying, and how can you say such a thing? No, but ladies in the 20s more probably will not see that funny. But as I was walking, I was saying to my daughter, let us meet up in town, while passing those two girls. And they were baffled by me saying that, let us meet up in town. Maybe I designed to say that in order to wake them up, in order to make them question what is this guy meaning, what is his intention, bad intentions. But I said I'm on the phone, so excuse me. That is some kind of a random coincidence that I passed by and have those exact words to say. I have many occasions that is happening while walking. I like to, you see, me doing these wordings by random occasions that things just match up is something I love to do. Sometimes just to capture people's attention is to state something very obvious, very banal, very no disputes here. But when we come into things like conspiracy and Putin, Trump and Netanyahu, everyone is furious. So yesterday, before I met this lady, I went to the chapel of this chapel by the harbor. It's called the Chapel of the Harbor. The door was open. Every time I go to town, I go around this harbor in a way in order to look if there are some people having the door open at the chapel. I entered and I saw my old friend there, and we were talking a little bit about what happened to Trump by this shooter. And I wouldn't say that he was a conspiratoric guy, but it could seem that way because he said that maybe Mr. Trump arranged this happening. But I said that if Trump made that to be happen with a gunman that was shooting at the president, he will play the politics of gun into Biden's argument. So that wouldn't serve Trump very well. That would just dispute his own argument. So I think that is far-fetched to reason on that, I said. This is, maybe he got sympathy out of it, but as I did some video yesterday about Trump's right ear, I think this is what I have landed on until we see more evidence of anything else. I think the leftist media that portray Trump as a Hitler, they play the card for anyone light, mental-headed, very recipient to some ideas that he will take the task to shoot the new Hitler. But I met up with the priest because he was about to talk what is a just war. I think some kind of a topic that was, and I debated him furiously yesterday because I said something about the church today leave out Israel. They can't even pray for Israel. They pray for Palestine, and how in the world would that be of offense to pray for Israel? And he said that it have to be some common ground. I denied that it could be a common ground on some topic that people own wholeheartedly, and they stick to their own story. There is mainly two stories here, and it is owned by those that really have engaged themselves in this topic. So you can't simulate a common ground where there is no chances of meeting. You have either to excuse bad deeds, like Hamas did, or vilify the defense of your country. You have to either say that or... And I said to him that it's a kind of a superiority. You put on yourself a kind of a superiority over everybody else and moralize every other opinion. What is that? And since it was in the chapel of the harbor, I think that me meeting this lady was just my right choice. I couldn't stay in that. The ceremony was about in 15 minutes from when I left. So I said that I can't go into this. And I left. So when going up to McDonald's, I met this beautiful lady, which was just a blessing for me. I felt that I took a stand in that situation with that priest that was high and mighty on his moral standpoint that we have to have a common ground. And what kind of a ground is there if we don't wholeheartedly accept that there are two parties? And without going into those parties and take sides, you have to accept that this issue is very hard. It's a very hard thing to walk around like nothing is. So that was a beautiful coincidence. Me feeling bad about this topic with this priest, shallow priest. Something was wrong with his eyesight. Something was wrong with, and randomly we tend to, when something, if I forget my keys, if ever you forget something from, forget something like an item, you forget your shoes and whatever, you can regard that item as a symbolic, meaningful telling of what you should focus on. So in a case where someone forgot something, it could be a good thing to act that as a gift, because he or she may return it to you as a good deed for him or her, but for you it's an indication that I needed this forgetfulness, because I see now what was important to see. So sometimes these random coincidences will strike you as something of importance, have some value, that you need to pay good attention to those randomness. What is happening? You can't predict. Yesterday I couldn't predict anything of what was going to happen. The first minute I put my foot out, it's yeah. I have to do something about this kind of cause and effect, and you can't see the effect of your cause, but you need to act as there is no cause, but you wish to end up in a good place. But before you can wish for anything, you have to act. And as I stated earlier, to open up your life, your home, your hand, just to receive. People will often turn to help. People will help wherever the need for help is, even though people have a hard time showing that kind of assistance or help. Because why would ever people help? Maybe they need a friend. Maybe to help is just to show friendship, to do something for someone else that can't pay you back, wouldn't be of any service whatsoever if you regard it as that. If you do something, that really do it because it's a good and right thing to do. Have to mind what is not only for you. I think it is a time around nowadays that people are very preoccupied with what's in for them, what they have to gain for them. But you see, good deeds, it's not the value of what you are doing. It's not how perfect things are before you act into assistance or some kind of a friendship. It's not even what you say or shouldn't say. I doubt that, because if people see to the heart of anyone that is assisting or doing some opening up, I can help. If a cripple turn into help people stand, he can do that. There's no problem. A cripple can help people stand because he sits in a wheelchair and he can hold a hand that makes people stand. So that is the paradox in this help service, that by showing that you can be there for someone else is more worth than money. It's worth the uttermost value. Friendship. Friendship is the degree of relationship that you never can judge. You can't judge friends if they don't do particularly intentionally wrong to you. Should be a kind of obvious thing that you interact with those that you can interact with. Otherwise you have to leave them. So you are not obligated to anything. And you will not be condemned or punished or haunted for not being there for everyone else. Because, as I told my friend the other day, that if you do everything you do it for acceptance. You do it for them to accept you. You have a wrong approach. It's a wrong start. It's a wrong way to interact with other people. If you do it because you want them to accept you, I think that is wrong. That is totally wrong, because you have a prejudiced mind in front of people that may be of assistance or help as a friend. in any way, despite whatever you do. They want to be your friend. So to indirectly blame people for not accepting you is not sober. Should be aware that people are standing here whenever you meet people like me randomly. People are there because they wanted to be there. Whatever happens there is also for them a coincidence of degree. It's me coming. They see me coming and they don't know me. Oh, this is a guy. Okay, what is about him? He seems to be of a character. So we have to see what this man is all about. If I'm standing by some place while talking with someone, I turn here and there in order to see who is there, who is coming there, who is going there, and I love looking in people's eyes in order to see if they saw me. It's I may be the attention seeker, obviously, but it's much more. It's about if you can see that you are recognized. I think that is a deep sense of loneliness, that you're looking in people's eyes, if they are looking at you, if they appreciate you in a way. So be a friend. You have this friendship country-wise, and they were talking about how many friends Israel have lost regarding countries. It's less than before. It's less than before. 3 or 4 countries have rejected cooperation with Israel. So maybe this occasion that happened in the 7th of October is not all that bad. It promotes Israel in a good way and show the world the degree of defense, the furiosity of defense they want to pose when they are attacked. The world have the history of attacking Israel, and there is no meaning to that. They have been haunted all over the world. Wherever they put their foot, they have been haunted. Now they defend themselves, and people hate them for that. It's just how it is. How can you defend attack like 7th of October? It's not just a coincidence. It's major happening that would never be accepted as a blessing. It's a curse, but in the end of the road, maybe it strengthens. It will mend something that was broken in the first place, obviously, in Israel's case. So we pray for that. We pray for Israel and bless Israel. It's stated in the Bible. Bless Israel. Even layman can do that, can understand that. If you are a high-class teacher, you may not really understand it because you take it literally. You take it in a very professional way, which maybe is a block in of itself. As I have said before, the language in itself can be a blockage for information and knowledge. You don't gain knowledge only from letters that is written. You gain knowledge from your deep understanding of every element. Okay, thank you, bye-bye. I've been cleaning, and take care, everyone, and God bless Israel.